I just got through listening to Professor Black Truth's uh, Moment of Truth episode number 729. In it, he speaks on men's rights and the gender war in the negative. All right, mostly he's aiming at it, Caucasian men's rights activists for the most part and shit. But I want to be 100% transparent about how I feel about that. If any of you are visiting here for the first time, I'm going to tell you this is a safe space for straight black men and their concerns and their safety. Okay? And sometimes I do other shit too. Right? I wanna be honest about this and shit. All right? I come to you as a human being. I don't put myself above or below you. Shit, I've made my mistakes more than a few. And be that as it may and shit. I think that because I made these mistakes in my life and everything, and because I'm honest about it and shit, and I look at it with more than a grain of salt. I think that I do have something to offer to the community and shit, our brotherhood, by talking about things and shit and presenting them in the way that I do. Now, I posit that you use common sense if you have enough of it, to live your best life. I I advocate for saving yourself. Okay, being unapologetically masculine and selfish to a T, because it's the only way you're gonna have any true self realization, self actualization of who you are, and what you want to do with your life, and what your purpose is. All right, and I gotta be honest and shit. I got a lot of respect for Professor Black Truth. He's put out a lot of informative content and shit, things that are teachable lessons for our people and shit. Okay, but I have to admit here that I know that he's human. Okay, and in that group that he belongs to, they're human too and shit. And, there's been things they've done in the past that kind of upset me and shit. I'm not here to throw rocks. I'm not looking for clout and shit. And I don't want any fucking tethers over here and big up at me or nothing. Okay, I really don't need that shit. I hate it when there's two things that he does that gets on my fucking nerves. When he talks about entertainment, and shit, because I have a background in that. Right, when he talks about that and shit, and when he talks about this fucking gender war stuff, there is a gender war in our community. Okay, it's as old as slavery itself and shit. And some of his contemporaries have acknowledged this with facts and shit. I don't feel the need to do that. But I'm just tired of this bullshit and whatnot, and especially after this political cycle, this grueling political cycle where we were habitually and ritually abused all over the place and shit. And people just think they're gonna go back to sleep and sweep all this abuse that we took under the rug and shit. Okay, I opted for the couch. Okay, I opted for the fucking couch. There was no way in good faith that I could vote for the Democratic Party candidate shit, because she was incompetent as hell. Okay, and just her being in the highest chair of land would put our country, our national security in jeopardy and shit. And the other guy is self-explanatory and shit. Okay, now I don't feel like saying anything about the current president-elect and shit, because whatever's going to be said about him has already been said about him. He's doing what he does. No one's shocked about it and shit. But what we have seen in the aftermath of conclusion is a bunch of angry ass black women and shit. I don't even want to call them feminists. They're black terrorists. They've used hate speech and proliferation and shit. It's reaching a fever pitch. And what do we do? What do the majority of us do? A lot of you bent the knee. 80% of you voted for, the Democratic presidential candidate shit. A lot of you voted for that bullshit anyway, even though it was all cap. Black women refused to accept the fact that this woman was not a member of our ethnic group. While they were marketing this woman as a member of our ethnic group and telling us to be on the right side of history and shit. I'm just, I think that, maybe, Professor Black Truth should, stay out of these waters, okay? You stay over there and do the shit you do. I appreciate it. I am subscribed to your fucking channel, okay? I watch your content. I give you likes. All right, I give you likes and shit. Just can you, if you want to be over there, you want to put a blindfold on and not look at what's actually going on and try to minimize it. I really got nothing for you. Okay, these women have been in charge of our community for decades, for generations and shit. They're the first teachers of the child, and look at the condition of these goddamn men. All right, males. All right, look at it. All right. There's been several instances of these women being corrupt and entitled and shit. As recently as a few days ago, they were floating the idea that the current president-elect, that mummy, could be talked into stepping down simply because so that their failed presidential candidate could become the first female president and shit. All right? Somebody that is not black, but they keep saying she's black. What the fuck does that tell you? You cannot convince these women of anything. You cannot negotiate with them. They're like fucking Terminators ideologically. Right? They've been pushing all this nonsense. They've been the crash test dummies for that white supremacy you fight every fucking day, that we all fucking fight whether we want to or not. I think it's irresponsible for you to sit up here and say there's no goddamn gender war in our community. Because there is. The collateral damage is epic and shit. And I don't know if we could come back from that. I just posit black men saving themselves by any means necessary. It's the only real way to save this goddamn community and shit is to destabilize the motherfucker and move that shit, make that shit global. Okay? That's why I supported the passport bros movement and, people just getting the fuck out. Even though I don't like saying passport bros, I just say it's dudes taking a vacation and shit. Everything we do is policed and shit. And I don't feel that you're being responsible by trying to verbally police us and talk trash. A lot of times you cite, Harvey Superboy. And I just member of his channel. On one of my channels, I'm subscribed to him, but I had stopped listening to him a year or so ago because he told people to hold their nose and vote for Joe Biden and shit. I wanted to sit on the couch. And then he was complaining about him in later videos. And I thought it was hypocritical in fact you told people to hold their nose just to get Trump out of office. And then you were going to complain about him when he said he wasn't going to do shit from the rip. Then he brought in a woman that said she wasn't going to do anything for black people and shit. So why would you fucking vote for him if she was so goddamn pro-black? There is a gender war in our community and shit. The only thing that's going to stop this fucking gender war is going to, put it to rest. Kill it. Kill the children of Gloria Steinem's teeth and shit. Is black men taking the goddamn power back and shit and destabilizing this motherfucking shit by not having anything to do with them and shit. These women are talking about having a 4B movement and not having sex with men and shit. Mostly us. Like that's a flex and shit. Black dudes can get sex wherever they like it. The ones that can't, there's other options and shit that they should veil themselves up. We have to starve this beast. Okay? We have to kill black misandry. Okay? We have to defund black misandry and black female fuckery and shit to the 9th degree. And it's going to take generations to do that. And you're not helping by, moving your bumper car over the waters where I live and shit. Okay? I think it's irresponsible. I would never tell my brothers, fellow kings, that there is no gender war in the black community and shit. Everywhere you turn, there's someone assaulting, attacking, and excoriating you that shares your melanin content and shit. And they're fueled by the minority majority and shit. So what does that tell you? Okay? How is that responsible to come over here and tell us that? I don't care what white men's rights activists are doing. That does not affect me. I'm not white. I'm black. And I think that black men, it's time for us to, come to an agreement and shit that there is a gender war and that it's, as far as women's mindsets go, there's not enough of them to turn it around within the confines of this social construct that we call America, 3Ks and set and shit. Right? I have to be responsible. I don't want to see more generations of men wasted. Bang the square peg into a round hole and shit by their mothers, sisters, and aunts and so they could be a small cog in a big machine that's going nowhere fast in a broken machine. Right? No one's gonna fix this shit but us. All right? You're taking everything from us and shit, and they've turned our society on its fucking head. Everything is inverted. Everything is designed to, take you away from, the natural order. I'll put it that way. Kings. I could be honest as shit. I respect the man, but like, look, hey, I'm a man too, right? And I have my feelings and my opinions about things, and I can make this video, shit. All right, I can make this fucking video. All right, yeah, you just use your common sense and shit. I give you 3 rules to live by in all of my videos. I give you these 3 rules at the end of it and shit. And those 3 rules are: keep your head on a swivel, protect your bag, and above all else, do not make fallen women the stewards of your family. Don't make fallen women the mothers of your children. All right? Because these children are your future, and they truly are your legacy. SYSBM equals save yourself, black men. And all praise to the Most High, kings. And you take care of yourself and shit. And you do you. Live your best life. I love you. I wouldn't make this shit. I wouldn't make these fucking videos. I didn't give a shit.